Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for another first impression. So I'm back with a new to me brand today called Polish'd Glam. I've got a beautiful assortment of dips here. We're going to take all these out. We're going to swatch them. I'm going to tell you about my shopping experience and I'll let you know what I think of these dips as we create this really soft mani, which is a beautiful break from all the bright and fun summer manis I've been doing. So if all that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright guys, so before we get started, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If I sound off to you, it's because I am sick. My dear sweet husband shares everything with me, including his cooties, so I'm just kind of dealing with that. And normally I would just skip a video, but honestly I've only missed one video in I think 10 months of this channel, and I just don't like missing, so you're gonna have to just deal with my husky voice here today, okay? Rest assured, Dr. Charlie is on the job. He's sitting here warming my lap, so I think we'll make it through just fine. Now, just a little bit of information about this brand. This is a new brand, and then again, it's not. This is actually a rebrand. So if you've heard of, I believe it's either CC Dips or CNC Dips, this is that brand rebranded. So at some point, I guess the owner decided to do a rebrand. So that's what I mean when I say they're new, but then again, they're not new. I haven't heard a whole lot about this brand just yet, but I do have a couple friends within the nail community that have been talking about them. And so when I saw they were doing a pretty big sale, I decided it was a good time to go ahead and give them a try. So I usually like to try new brands when I can catch them on a sale. That way I can kind of grab some more dips to try, and that was the case here. It was a lot. I want to say it was like 30 or 40%. And I'm in their Facebook group, and from what I can see, she does sales semi-often. So if you're interested in trying them out, you might want to go look in their Facebook group so you can kind of keep up to date on the sales that might be incoming if you want to give them a try. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about my shopping experience later, but I did want to let you know up front that this package did take 3 weeks to get to me, which I didn't mind because at the time she had a message in her Facebook group saying that she was taking 5 to 7 business days to process normal orders, and that during a sale it may take longer, which I did order during a sale. So I want to say maybe it shipped in 2 weeks and then got to me in 3, which again I didn't mind because I was aware of that. She made that clear up front. So you guys can tell me how you feel about that. I don't really mind how long packages take to get to me. What I do mind is when they take forever and there's no communication about it. If you let me know up front how long it takes to get to me, then I'm not caught off guard and I'm not surprised. And most times I'm not in a hurry to get my dips unless it's like seasonal or like holiday or something. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about all that. Alright, sorry that was a long intro, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. So it looks like we have the dips that came into mesh bags. And just from a brief glance, it doesn't look like anything spilled. So that's always a good sign because I feel like sometimes I'm really unlucky with that stuff. But anyway, like I said, I got quite a few dips here, which, you know, for first impressions, I try not to order too much. But like I said, that's the great thing about getting them on sale is that I can order a little bit more so we can get a better variety. So it looks like we got a little sample here with this particular order. And from what I understand, she does often send out samples of either oopsies or like retired colors or things like that. Again, from what I've seen in her Facebook. So this one didn't have a name on it, which I was kind of bummed about because when I swatched it, and I didn't include the swatch, guys, I'm sorry, because I didn't see the point because you can't buy this. So I think this is just one of those either oopsies or tester colors, which is a shame because I actually kind of liked it and I wish I could have ordered more. But that's one of the things I don't like about samples is when they send me retired colors or like things I can't get anymore. And it's no shade to her. Lots of companies do this. But the problem is if I really like it, I'm kind of bummed because I can't get any more. You know what I mean? But that's not to sound ungrateful for the sample. I know not everybody feels the way I do. So let's take a look at what we got here. I ended up with a total of 14 dips and I did something out of character again. I ended up getting 3 color changers, which again, if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me say before, I don't really like color changers. I like them to be one color and stay that one color. And that's not to mention that thermals actually don't work very well on me just because my hands are almost always cold. And so I feel like I don't get the full effect of the color change. But anyway, like I said, I know I am an odd duck. Not everybody feels that way about thermals, but hey, at least you're going to get to see a nice variety here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the dips themselves. So we have a pretty standard 1/4 ounce size package with a black plastic lid and a very simplistic label on the top, which, you know, I like that simple aesthetic, so this is cool with me. And the label is really easy to read, which makes it easy to identify the color that you're pulling out of the drawer, so all good with me. All right, we got 14 dips to get through, so let's go ahead and take a look at some swatches. And just real quick, these are the 3 color changes I picked up. So I have a thermal and 2 UVs. So when you see the swatches, you'll see a second swatch of these because you'll see them in the sunlight or in the warm, depending on whether we're doing the thermal or UV. Okay, one more thing. Sorry, I'm failing at YouTube today. If you did not catch this mani on my left hand, this is the mani I did with the new Vivid Glam Co. August Duo. And I'm going to link that video if you haven't seen it because you need to go check it out, because if you're admiring my ombre, I have a demonstration of the easiest dip powder ombre I have ever done. So easy that I may throw away the rest of my ombre techniques in order to use this one. So make sure you go check that video out if you haven't seen it already. Okay, on to the swatches for real this time.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden or gold. You see, we'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, cause I am golden, I'm golden. You're not really looking for a friend, so at the top for me. Never thought that loving would be easy, but it's all for free. Won't cost a thing, so it's yours, worth a try. Oh, this is the real thing, I'm down if you're down, boy. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden or gold. You see, we'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, cause I am golden, I'm golden. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to you, get next to you. Get next to me, get next to me. Feels like the two of us are golden or gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, cause I am golden, I'm golden. Feels like the two of us are golden or gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, cause I am gold, I'm golden.
So it was love at first sight with flavor of the week. I'll tell you about that later, but I knew I wanted to use that, and I decided to pair Icy Treats and Popsicles with it. So I feel like it gave all this almost Paris-inspired color scheme, really soft and pretty, which I thought would be a nice break from all these super bright manis I've been doing for summer lately. Alright, so I'll be using my Virgo and Gem Dip liquids today, so they're base coat and activator, and then I'll be finishing with gels. So I'll be using West Coast Dips Quartz something or other, the really long name I can never remember, and their base coat to finish. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get into dipping these solids out first, and I will save the flake here for a minute. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about my shopping experience. So she has a very nice website with a very pretty aesthetic, and I feel like everything's pretty well organized. And I think I've told you guys this before, but I really do appreciate when colors are paired like in duos or trios or collections, because otherwise I think it's kind of difficult online to tell whether colors are going to go together or not. And so when they only picture them as singles, it's really hard to gauge that, because as you guys know, I mean, your computer or your phone may not necessarily match what reality looks like when you get the colors. So, you know, that can be sometimes frustrating when you're shopping. So like I said, most of our dips are paired with other dips, so that does make it easy to decide what you want to purchase. So I had a pretty easy time of picking out what I wanted and what I thought would go with each other. The only thing I will say, and I don't want to sound like I'm picking on this brand because really this is true for most brands, I wish we would see more brands actually post photos of the dip powder in an actual mani, whether it's on their ambassadors or customers, because I really feel like that's totally different than seeing on a swatch stick. And you know, there's a lot of factors like the way it applies and skin tone and all kinds of things like that. So I really just wish more companies would do that. So again, not to sound like I'm picking on them, because most brands that I have seen do not do that. I feel like there are very few that actually show manis with them applied. So I guess that's the only thing I would say there. But again, that's not just them, that's a lot of brands. That said, I don't feel like anything I got was vastly different than what I saw on the website, so that was good. And the colors that looked like they would pair together because they were shown together really did. And on that note, I love everything that I purchased and everything applied beautifully, with the exception of shaved ice. Probably not my favorite. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a pretty dip. It just didn't really turn out the way I thought it was going to. And I kind of feel like the diamond shaped glitters kind of made it a little bit more difficult to get to lay flat, but it's not like it's unworkable. It's just as a preference thing. She has a really nice variety of dips, and she also has dip liquids and some other items available in her shop. So I feel like it's a pretty well-rounded shop, and I like the variety of the colors and the dips textures, and I just feel like she's done a really nice job with her collections. I definitely will keep an eye out on her new releases and see if there's anything coming out that I'm super interested in. But like I said, if you are interested in trying any of these out, or you want to try any of our other colors out, I would suggest you get in on our Facebook group, that way you can keep an eye out for sales. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break while I finish dipping out the solids, and then I'll be back to tell you about this beautiful flaky. Okay, so onto this flaky, and I'm going to try not to be dramatic here and say that this is my favoriteest dip ever, but I can tell you that it's definitely top 3 my favorite flakies in my collection. It immediately rose to the top. It is beautiful, and it's so unique because the base is kind of that soft blue with the purpley gray undertone, but then it's got all these gorgeous like pastel rainbow iridescent flakes in it. And this video is not at all doing it justice. You really have to appreciate this one in person. It is just stunning, and it doesn't look like very much at first when you put it on, but oh man, once you activate it and put a gel top over top, it is absolutely breathtaking. And I knew I had to use it because I'm telling you, it was absolutely love at first sight with this dip, and this flake is so well formulated. I would definitely keep an eye out for her flakes. And I want to address that solid blue. Again, it's like a blue with, I would say, like purpley gray undertones. It's a little bit more cool tone, which is definitely more of a tone that's flattering on my super ghostly pale skin tone. But I really do like this particular shade of blue, and it's really different than anything I have in my collection. And it is a little on the sheer side, and I did just apply 2 layers, so I thought I was gonna wish that I had done a third when I activated it. But once I put the gel top coat on it, it looked absolutely gorgeous, and I'm glad I didn't go in with that third coat, because I really like that pretty soft ethereal look that you get with the 2 coats with just a little bit of sheerness showing through. So yeah, I actually wore this mani for a week with my peel base. Well, 5 days, I guess. It was a work week. And I was actually really bummed about taking it off, because I was just super happy with it. And this is just one of my top favorite manis I've ever done. Again, not to be dramatic, I'm not going to say it's my favoriteest ever, but it's definitely up there. I really love this color combo, and this flake really steals the show. So while I finish up this second layer, I did want to let you know that I did something I rarely do with flakes. I actually did not clear encapsulate this one. So usually I'd like to clear encapsulate it just to give it a little bit of filing and buffing room, and then also kind of protect the flakes so that when I go in to activate it, if there's any chance of them bleeding, they won't bleed. So here's why I didn't do it this time. First of all, this dip was super flat, and these are the kind of flakes that kind of melt, so none of them were really sticking up and making it look bumpy, so I didn't feel the need for the clear dip for that reason. But also these light iridescent flakes, I just know from experience, when you activate them, they don't typically bleed. So there's really no need to worry about clear encapsulating to avoid activator smearing the color. It's just not going to happen with this particular style of flake. So with anything darker or more pigmented, I would say you definitely want to clear encapsulate. Otherwise, when you go to activate, it can definitely cause those flakes to bleed and ruin your pretty mani. But like I said, just from experience, I knew that wasn't going to happen here, and I just didn't want to add additional bulk when I didn't really need it because this was so flat already as it was. Once I activated it, everything looked beautiful just as it was, but I did end up cleaning up the shape just a little bit, but it really didn't need much. This just performed so well, all three of these dips. So I am going to go ahead and jump off camera real quick and clean up the shape a bit, and then we'll be back to add a cute little bow detail. I mean, do we love this color scheme or what? I'm definitely going to have to revisit these colors together again. Just really love how this turned out. So beautiful and everything nice and flat and smooth. So I did go ahead and jump ahead here and put my gel base and gel top coat on everything but the middle finger. And I have these adorable little bows that I got from iGel Beauty, and that's what we're going to put on the ring finger, which is the pink. I don't know, I really wanted to add a cute little girly touch to it, and I adore these particular bows because they have little like pearls on them. I just thought they were way too cute and really kind of fit the vibe of this mani. So if you are new here, I'm going to walk you through how I apply my gems. I do a full layer of gel base coat and then fully cure that, and then I will work with the iGel Beauty jewelry gel and gel top coat over top of that. So I definitely swear by iGel Beauty jewelry gel. It's pretty much the only thing I will use for gems or jewelry, unless it's like a really tiny rhinestone. I don't need all that. But this stuff is so sticky and locks it down completely tight. Your gem is not going to come off until you take it off. I don't care how rough you are on your hands, because I have like banged my gem nails into something and the peel base will give in before this stuff does. It's amazing. It is sticky though and a little bit difficult to work with though, so I take this little tool here and just plop a little bit down on the nail, and I won't cure that. I will put the gel top coat over top of that and kind of float it over the area where the jewelry gel is. That way everything kind of melts together, and so once I cure those two together, then everything's really finished. The top coat's done, it's smooth over the rest, and you don't get that kind of look where you can kind of see where the jewelry gel was applied, because it kind of disguises that. You know, I saw somebody asking in one of the Facebook groups, how do you guys function with these big gems on your nails? I actually don't find it difficult, really, to be honest, especially if it's close to my cuticle like that. I find it doesn't bother me as much as if it's more towards the middle or the bottom portion of the nail. But really the only time it can kind of come into play is if I'm washing my hair, in which case I kind of lift that finger up out of my hair while I'm washing my hair, so that way it doesn't get stuck. But I don't know, I don't find them as bothersome as some people do, but I guess that's personal preference. To me, it's worth it. I think they're so cute and I love using them when I get the opportunity, so it's okay for me to lift my finger up out of my hair while I wash my hair so I can enjoy the beauty of it. So like I said, once you've got that gem placed, and you go ahead and cure everything there all together. And here is the finished look, and I am so in love with this look, and the little bow just gets me so much. It's too cute. I'm hoping you could see what I mean about this flake too. I hope you can see how beautiful and unique it is with this gel top coat on top. It's just such a favorite, and I'm really glad I got a chance to try this brand out, and really first impressions are pretty stellar. So I'm going to be looking to see what else she releases and see if there's other things I need. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and finish up here with my cuticle oil. I'm going to be using Scales of a Mermaid Keep It Chic. The only thing that would have gone with this better is Belle Amie, which is like a French inspired scent, which I don't have. So I'm using Keep It Chic because I felt like that was a pretty close second as far as the perfect cuticle oil match. Yes, I even have to match the cuticle oils to the vibe of the mani. Alright guys, so here is the finished look. So let me know what you guys think of this one, and while you're at it, let me know if you tried Polish'd Glam or if you are interested in trying them, because I would love to hear your thoughts. So I think it made it pretty clear already that I am very impressed upon first impression with these dips. So I do think if you want to try a Polish'd Glam, I don't think you would be disappointed in anything you purchase from them. And if you do decide to try them, make sure you let me know your thoughts, because I would love to hear them. Alright guys, so that is going to complete this video. So I hope you did enjoy it and find it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. All right, your girl is gonna go eat some more of that homemade chicken soup and hopefully kick this thing in the butt. And I hope I will be back with a video Friday. I'm gonna do my best, so fingers crossed. But as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate you so much. I love you to pieces. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.